Hey, I've got a bad idea. Let's talk about life over the last 10 years. Horrible idea. Where should we start? Well, we're all addicted to our phones. We're addicted to getting likes and having people validate us. We're constantly comparing ourselves to others and thinking that we're ugly because everyone knows humans are naturally supposed to look like this. We obsessively shop because we're constantly bombarded with things we're told we need to be cooler, more fashionable, more important. Side note, if you only buy Gucci products because you think it makes you look like you come from New York instead of Pakenham, you're not fooling anyone. Back to the list. We can't have conversations with people we disagree with without thinking that they're morally evil. We can't tell truth from fiction anymore. We have people who judge other people based on their social media profiles rather than what they're like in real life. Literally, I have heard so many people say, oh my god, look at her, she's following more people than are following her. What a fucking loser. You know, because that's obviously a great indication of how smart, friendly, compassionate, and intrinsically valuable someone is. Anyway, what the fruit is up, everyone? Today we are looking at the book 10 Arguments for Deleting Your Social Media Accounts Right Now by Jaron Lanier. This book is a must read for everyone alive today because it breaks down what the social media machine is and how it affects us individually and as an entire species. Headline: Social media is making the world a worse place. But yes, I know you've already heard that. And you're thinking to yourself, what's so bad about posting photos of my butt on Instagram? Bro, what's wrong with posting my steroid-induced progress pics? What's the problem with pretending I'm an influencer? P.S. Shout out to some brand that hasn't sent me any stuff at all, but hopefully they will if I tag them enough times and show my tits. Okay, enough of that. The truth is, there's actually nothing inherently wrong with any of those things. By all means, if doing that stuff makes you happy, if you're not breaking the law, if you're not harming anyone else, do that to your heart's content. Seriously though, probably be careful with the steroids. They're not good for your heart at all. Anyway, I feel that those things only become a problem if you think that by doing them, you are somehow better than other people, and that without doing them, you are somehow less valuable as a person. Just so you remember, you're not your likes, your followers, or your subscribers. Which, while we're on the topic, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that I can continue to use social media to tell you why you shouldn't. Let's look at what Jaron Lanier, a computer scientist, futurist, and philosopher, one of the OGs of Silicon Valley, basically the Biggie Smalls of the tech industry, has to say about social media. Disclaimer: it's not good. Jaron explains that the worst part of social media isn't butts, steroids, or Gucci slides. It's actually the business model. This business model allows companies to pay Facebook and co. to subtly manipulate you and indirectly warp your perception of reality. Social media algorithms do this in real time. They are literally watching every scroll, click, and view that you make and immediately storing this information and tailoring what you and people like you will see next on your feed. Individually, this can make you feel isolated, ugly, inadequate, and lost. It can also make you hyper competitive about things that don't even really matter, like how many likes you got on this picture of a tree. It's a sexy tree. On a larger scale, it can create rage, disbelief, irritation, and make it really difficult to empathize with others. On top of this, it's very easy for bad actors Russia to manipulate elections and put a strain on democracy because wedge driving abilities have increased exponentially. Think of your newsfeed for a second. Regardless of what side of the fence you sit on any given argument, you're likely to see the loudest and worst example of the other side. If you're a white male, or as they're commonly referred to in 2020, a piece of shit, the algorithm can pick up on that, and it will show you the loudest, brightest haired, most abusive, man-hating feminist it can find, and it will completely ignore respectable, reasonable, and heroic feminists like Melinda Gates and Malala Yousafzai. And vice versa. If you're a part of the camp that's not too keen on cops, you're more likely to see videos of police brutality and less likely to see videos of compassionate and heroic gestures by police. And again, it works the other way around. The point is, social media is polarizing, and it makes it very difficult for either camp to discuss matters in the middle ground. Jaron mentions that before social media, typical advertising was the same for everyone. Everyone saw the same billboards and everyone saw the same television ads. Now the videos, news articles, and reports that someone sees can be completely different to what someone else does. No wonder people struggle to see things from others' perspectives. They literally can't see it. It's not on their feed. Everything about the content, from the context to the statistics, can be completely different depending on what the algorithm knows about you and your preferences. Jaron suggests that the way to remedy this is to change the business model of tech companies like Google and Facebook. As I mentioned earlier, third parties pay Facebook to display their ads and to subtly manipulate us and nudge us into the direction of purchasing their products. And we don't mind because we don't have to pay anything. For us, it's free. But what a lot of us don't know, and what Jaron emphasizes, is that we are not the customers. We are the products. Our data is being sold. We are being sold. In the book, he doesn't go into too much detail about solutions to this problem, but he does offer some ideas, and some of these things include offering subscription-based services like Netflix, or in some cases, a situation where we might actually get paid for offering our data to companies like Facebook, Google, Instagram, and the whole lot of them. Okay, now as for the book itself, it's not too big. Jaron's writing style is quite simple. He references cats and he swears a little bit. It really feels like the book is targeted towards a teen to younger adult audience, but from reading it, literally anyone that has a social media account can read this and gain something of benefit from it. I did feel that some areas weren't fleshed out entirely. I kind of felt that I would read a chapter and get to the end of it and just kind of feel like I'd been left there. Like there was more to explain, but I don't know if it was because of the size of the book. It just felt like he couldn't fit it all in there. That being said, I do believe what Jaron is saying, and the way he delivered it was compelling, although like I said, I do wish sometimes he just offered a little bit more to really drive those points home. Jaron believes there is a future where we can keep all the good things that social media offers. This includes connecting with family and friends, educating ourselves, meeting new people. And all of this can be experienced without sneaky puppeteers pulling the strings from behind the scenes. We can do this without all of the negative experiences that we're currently dealing with. To complement this book, I highly recommend watching the videos I'll link in the description below, and also watching the Netflix documentary, The Social Dilemma. More so than his writings, Jaron is an absolutely brilliant speaker, and the way he communicates his ideas is exceptional. Watching videos of Jaron really helped me synthesize his ideas and really help make sense of his arguments. Lastly, Jaron wants to make clear that he doesn't want you to delete social media because he's telling you to. He wants you to give it a go and see for yourself whether it does make a positive effect on your life. So delete some of your social media accounts for a few months, see how it feels, and then make your own decision. Okay, that's it. Follow me on social media, and I'll see you guys next week.
All I hear, go get the money, so I go get it. Hate means I do something right. So